On today's episode, the Model Y Juniper is here, the real reason Tesla stock is going to the moon, and Cybertruck sets an unexpected new standard. The refreshed version of the best-selling car in the world, the Tesla Model Y, has been highly anticipated for well over a year now, prompting many potential buyers to ask themselves this question. Do I wait for the new Model Y or get the old one? We'll try and answer that for you right now. Luckily, for those waiting for the refresh, dubbed by insiders with the code name Juniper, we finally have more evidence out of China that Model Y Juniper production has begun. While there is nothing official yet, reports claim that the Tesla Model Y refresh has already started pilot production on October 22 at Gigafactory Shanghai, with a reduced production rate of 12 units per day, with full-scale production set to begin in late November. Per those reports, all electronic devices have been banned from the plant to avoid leaks. That did not work, because we now have some camouflaged leaked photos from outside the factory, which seem to confirm that production is well underway. In the leaked images from Shanghai late last week, you can notice the biggest departure from both the previous Model Y and even the new refreshed Model 3. Juniper does indeed seem to have a front light bar just like the new Cybertruck, the Cybertruck, and the Robo-van. This timeline would match with our expectations of Model Y basically becoming available in some non-US regions, perhaps before the end of the year or on the 1st of January 2024. With the refresh, Model 3 called the version Highland, Tesla started sales in China in September 2023, and it became available in the US on the 10th of January 2024, so this timing would also still make Elon's no Model Y refresh is coming out this year stand true, or if they start before 2025 in China, partly true. Until then, Tesla doesn't want to show much of the new vehicle. We know this from a private message that was sent between Elon and one unnamed Tesla content creator. There is no new Model Y this year, please stop hinting that there is as it damages our sales of the current version. While a lot of folks are anticipating the refreshed Model Y, we do have to consider that it's likely to also come at somewhat of a premium price in the beginning, much like the Model 3 Highland, due to improved features and Tesla needing to sell the backlog of old Model Ys. Since the Model 3 refresh was easier to manage for Europe, as it also came from China, we're now watching for some line retooling in the Giga Berlin plant, where all the Model Ys for Europe are manufactured. Tesla has again kept the Model Y upgrade details surprisingly under wraps, excluding this incident of someone lifting one of these wraps back in August, exposing a light bar in the back. Here's what that might look like. Previously, we've expected similar headlights to the refreshed Model 3, but now we can say pretty much for sure that the Model Y Juniper will have its own unique character, potentially setting up a product that will be something more than just a hatchback version of the Model 3. If you are trying to picture what that might look like without the body covering, we have two great designers working on renders trying to guess the design based on these concepts. One likely approach is shown from Sugar Design in China and the other from Dominic in Germany. Let us know in the comments if you're team light bar or would you prefer the refreshed Model 3 lights on the new Model Y. We don't cover Tesla's stock movements around here, but if you're a shareholder, you probably liked the nice little 20% bump in your portfolio last week. The stock jumped from around $217 to $262 in one day, making it casually the second biggest percentage gain in the company's history, adding about $149 billion to Tesla's market cap. Now, why did that happen? Let's focus on everything new and noteworthy we learned in the earnings call. First of all, Cybertruck is indeed very entitled to call itself the breadwinner, as in the third quarter it achieved a positive gross margin for the first time, a notable feat considering none of the other EV pickup trucks in the US have yet to become profitable, and some of them have been on the road for nearly 3 years. The one reveal that probably moved numbers the most was Tesla's automotive gross margin in Q3, now achieving 17.1% average profit on vehicle sales. That's a jump from 14.6% in Q2. Robotaxi continues to be a major topic of discussion, and for good reason. Just last week, California lawmaker Greg Tank confirmed that they are in talks with Tesla to potentially allow testing of their Robotaxi on local roads in the Palo Alto area. On the call, Elon confirmed they are low-key already doing just that. Elon says that for Tesla staff in San Francisco, they're offering employee ride-hailing capabilities with a development app. Elon clarified, "We do have a safety driver for now, but with the software required to do what we've developed, we think we'll be able to have driverless paid rides next year." A lot of Tesla Model 3 and Y owners whose vehicles are on hardware version 3 will be relieved to hear confirmation from Elon, who says that even though there is some chance the hardware 3 vehicles do not achieve a safety level that allows for unsupervised FSD, if that turns out to be the case, we will upgrade those who have bought hardware 3 and FSD for free. He later followed it up on X, saying, Do the right thing for customers and they will do the right thing for you. But that brings us to another question. Where is the affordable Model 2? This is a big one that was left up in the air following the Robotaxi event, where we'd expect to hear something about the affordable consumer Tesla but didn't, and now the same can be said for the earnings call. We did get a little more this time around. Tesla says the preparations for new vehicles remain underway, including more affordable models, which they'll begin launching in the first half of 2025. Elon says the affordable model next year will be under $30,000 if you include the US government's $7,500 incentive. Continuing the important news, we also got confirmation that the Tesla Cybercab will have a new powertrain with an estimated 5.5 mph efficiency. This will be our most efficient powertrain yet, they say. Notably, Tesla's cost of goods sold per vehicle came down to its lowest level ever, at around $35,100 per vehicle. And here's a bit of a fun take on that from Elon. By the way, the amount of work required to make a lower-cost car is insanely high. It is harder to get 20% of the cost out of a car than it is to design the car and build the entire factory in the first place. It's excruciating, and there's not a lot of movies made about the heroes who got 20% of the cost out of a car, but let me tell you, there should be. On deliveries, Tesla said they expect slight growth in 2024, which would mean a new all-time high quarter of at least 515,000 vehicles in Q4. Now, some updates per Tesla's different business arms. Tesla produced their 7 millionth vehicle at the Fremont factory, and Giga Shanghai produced its 3 millionth car and exported its 1 millionth car. By the way, Fremont factory just celebrated its 14th birthday. Here's a young Elon Musk on opening day. Tesla also celebrated the 1 millionth Model Y rolling out of Fremont last week. Overall, plenty of milestones, but what's coming for 2025? Tesla says the new upcoming platforms can be produced on the same manufacturing lines as the current vehicle lineup, helping to fully utilize our current expected maximum capacity of close to 3 million vehicles, enabling more than 50% growth over 2023 production before investing in new manufacturing lines. Elon, on the Tesla Roadster, said, "I'd like to thank our long-suffering deposit holders. The Roadster is not just the cherry on the cake but also the icing on the cake. We are close to finalizing the design." And on the Tesla Semi, Elon says, "We have ridiculous demand for the Tesla Semi. Any company that doesn't adopt an electric Semi will lose on total running costs." Next, on the Cybercab production, we got some new details. It's not just a revolutionary design, but a revolution in manufacturing. The units per hour of the Cybercab line, it's really something special. It'll be half an order of magnitude better than normal car lines, not in the same league. He also said, "We do feel confident in Cybercab reaching volume production in 2026, not starting production. Volume production, I think, is at least 2 million units per year when ramped." Tesla Energy has achieved record gross margin in Q3 at 30.5%. Here's the historical chart showing progress over time. Elon says it won't be long before we're shipping 100 GWh of stationary storage at Tesla. It will ultimately grow to multiple terawatt-hours per year. The Megafactory in Lathrop produced 200 megapacks per week, which is a 40 GWh run rate, and Powerwall deployments reached a record for the second quarter in a row. Tesla Energy just announced they reached 4,500 Powerwalls installed in the US in just 1 week. As of Q3, over 100,000 Powerwalls were enrolled in BPP programs out of 750,000 units worldwide. Approximately, Tesla is moving the auto industry forward in a very unexpected way. You might remember how the public first ridiculed Tesla's plan for a North American charging standard and then quickly started loving it after the other automakers fell in line, adapting it one by one. Here is something we feel will have the same effect. Tesla has announced the Low Voltage Connector Standard or LVCS to reduce the cost and complexity of electronics in the automotive industry and is inviting all device suppliers and vehicle manufacturers to join them in this initiative. As soon as we saw how much Tesla benefited from using the 48-volt system in the Cybertruck, we knew there's likely going to be a significant shift in this direction all across the automotive space. Now, there's not much out there yet, but this new standard is a building block. Today, EVs typically use over 200 connections. To fix this, Tesla has simplified the connectors in its cars so they use just 6 connections.